Student teaching does not prepare you to be a teacher. It puts you in the fast-paced world of teaching and kind of gives you this facade of you kind of know what to do, but you really don't. I mean, think about it. Everything that you do in student teaching is totally about meeting an assignment to finish up your student teaching credit for the course. So you're writing a paper over one lesson plan, or you're focusing in on one student, or you're writing one lesson, and you're not having to juggle writing lessons, monitoring students, contacting parents, working with administration, working with troubled students, staying after school for tutoring, and just the whole gamut that comes along with being a teacher. So while student teaching is good, it gives you only a small glimpse into what's really happening in the teaching world. So don't fret. It's not that you're not prepared, you're just not as prepared as you think. Number 2, totally respect your elders. I made the unfortunate mistake of just going into teaching thinking that I was the master, thinking that I knew all of the latest and greatest instructional strategies, technology integration into the classroom, curriculum and instruction, classroom management, and little did I know that I literally knew nothing. Nothing in the sense that would help me be a successful teacher the first year. Your first year is all about learning and observing, and that kind of fight or flight that you have when you're just kind of thrown into the situation and you don't really know what to expect. Your elders, or not even just older people on the campus, but people who've even been teaching, 2 years and it's your 1 year, can help you so much. They have so much insight. They have so many little tips and tricks to just help make your life easier the first year. So your first year, don't try to do it all. Don't be the person who knows everything. No one likes them. And totally respect your elders, because they will come through and they will help you in the end. Number 3, seek wise counsel. Ask your team leader, your department head, your content specialist, YouTube, whatever resources you have available to you, please use them. Don't be a teacher in the dark your first year of teaching. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Asking for help is what's expected of a first-year teacher, and ultimately, it'll make you a better teacher. Number 4, set the tone from the very first day of school. Have your classroom policies and procedures posted. Make sure that you know exactly what you want your classroom to look and feel like, and make sure that you're imparting that knowledge on your students so that they fully understand what your standards and expectations are, because if you let them take over the first day of school, they will set the tone. They will make the classroom policies and procedures, and you'll have a very hard time coming back from that all year. Number 5, have a functional classroom. You want to make sure that you have a classroom that's not only pretty and glamorous, but something that's functional for both you and the students. You want to be able to use every inch and every space of that classroom as a learning opportunity, or something that's going to enhance the learning opportunity. So you don't have to stray away from the cute and the glam and the blitz and the bling, but you want to make sure that all of those things are totally enhancing the learning experience in your classroom, because at the end of the day, that's what you're there for. Number 6, student behavior is totally a product for most students. Yes, you'll have some of those students that kind of march to the beat of their own drum, but student behavior is a product, and it's the product of how you set up your classroom, how you've set the tone, how you've set the standards and expectations for your classroom policies, procedures, and rules to be met, and ultimately how you treat and how you run your classroom of students. So make sure that you understand everything that you do in your classroom is a direct feed into how your students will behave. Number 7, make sure you document everything that you do instructionally for the students, whether that's tutoring, paper conferences, grade conferences, progress reports. Make sure that you're documenting things for your special ed students, because documentation is going to save you if there's ever a question on whether or not you've done something, how you've done something or if you've done something in the best interest of the student. You want to document parent phone calls, parent contacts, you want to document student contact with the principal, contact with your counselors, document every single thing in a special notebook that's only about documenting. Number 8, prioritize. Prioritize your entire day. What's important, what's not important, what's going to be the most conducive for my sanity, for the student's sanity, and for the best learning outcome in this classroom. Sometimes that means looking at lesson plans, taking things out that aren't as important, or sometimes adding in that extra lesson plan or not joining that extra organization to make sure that you're being the best teacher you can be in that classroom for your students. Number 9, create a grading/tutoring schedule that is beneficial for both you and the students. You want to remember that grading not only helps the students, but it helps you as a teacher understand what it is that you need to reteach and what it is or what skill set your students are really weak in. On the flip side, it helps your students realize that they need help for something, thus leaking over into your tutoring schedule. Make specific tutoring days. Don't just have an open tutor. Have a tutor for something specific. Short answers, essays, grammar, just anything that you can do to make the process easier and more beneficial for both you and the student. Number 10, have fun. Yes, teaching is overwhelming your very first year. It can be frustrating, it can be stressful, but it's also one of the most rewarding things that you can do. So you want to make sure that you have a lasting impact on yourself, so when you reflect, you're not totally down. And for your students, you want your students to enjoy coming to your classroom and to really take things away. Fun is that little bit of added spice that makes the difference between a great classroom and an okay classroom. Bye for now.